Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is Bob with Southwest Michigan Sales, LLC. Thrilled to have you here, guys. If you could do me a favor, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Be very much appreciated. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, let's get into this topic. Honestly, I've been putting this off for a while. It's been top of my mind for a while. Time to discuss my fraudulent transaction that I had on my website from a scammer. This person got me good. $97 product and shipping. So I lost the product. I lost almost $27 or whatever it was, $24, the shipping cost, the time to pack the item, the time that took me to clean the item, to test the item because it wasn't electronic, and the traveling around to find the item at a reasonable price to be able to turn a small profit on the product. I didn't make a lot on the product. If it would have been a valid transaction, it would have been, I think my profit was like $18 on the item. It was not a lot. But it really, really hurt me as a small business owner. And this fraudster knew what he was doing. He played me like a T. Now, he paid me by a credit card. And the billing address was one address. The shipping address was a secondary address, a different address. Not really too many alarm bells going off there. I have that happen actually fairly often. Never had an issue. Now, I have had some issues, but it's not a everyday occurrence. But this person had placed the order and the IP address showed as in Mexico. It was being shipped to Houston, Texas. Something I also did, I did a Google Maps search on this address where it was being shipped to. It looked like it was at least $1 million+ home. I don't live in anything like that. Money is tight for me. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's incredibly tight. Business is tough right now. Sales are not great. Are they coming in? Yes, but they're not great. So this $97 transaction really, really hurt my business and hurt me financially. It hit when I could least afford it. Okay, what happened was, the IP address, like I said, guys, showed in Mexico. When it showed in Mexico, I contacted the customer and told him I canceled the order. And I had a reason to, that I felt it was a little suspicious. He communicated back extremely well by email. Put my mind at ease, to be honest with you guys. And Square, I contacted them. They are my credit card processor. And they're like, yeah, all the information looks valid. Everything is matching. The billing address is matching. Everything matches. There's no flags on our end. And I even asked them about the name. And they're like, yeah, everything looks good. Their customer service or customer support, it stinks. It sucks. It's horrible. Some of the worst customer service out there. They really irritated me. To say it nicely, I guess you could say ticked me off. So much that I started looking for a different credit card processing company. Where the money goes is a small credit union in my area. They have a credit card processing company I was looking at switching to, I should say. But they wanted to take and charge me a $25 fee if I get a chargeback. Because I told them something else that happened, and they're like, yeah, we're able to verify that information. And Square is claiming, no, we cannot verify that information. And that's untrue. The problem is they're unwilling to do it. It's not that they can't do it. They don't want to do it. Because when the credit card chargeback came back, and I was able to look at it through the Square dashboard, what do you think the one thing that I noticed right away? The name that I had for the customer was completely different than the name on this chargeback. Oh, was I furious. when I saw that. I contacted Square right away, and I'm like, what the heck? Why did you guys not notify me on this? Why is that something that's not automatically checked? They had no answers. Like, That's why I say their customer service stinks. Am I still irritated about this? I'm sure I'm coming across that way on the video. Yes, I'm still ticked about it. It's been 4 months now. I'm still irritated. Have I learned lessons? You betcha. Now, I was going to switch with this new credit card processor, but like I said, they wanted a $25 fee if I get hit with chargebacks. The person I was dealing with said, hey, if you win the chargeback, we'll wipe the $25 fee and return it back to you. That seemed fair to me. But for a business that is not making a ton of money right now, I can't do that right now. That's something I can't do. Down the road, oh, you bet I'm not going to be with Square. But I've got to get to that point. When is it going to be? I don't know. I was always happy with Square 100% until this transaction occurred. I tried to contact them how many times, and their customer service, it stinks. Always you speak to someone overseas. Not a way to run a successful business, in my opinion. You've got to provide good customer service to your customers if you want them to be your customers. Anyway, the billing address, the billing zip code, everything on this customer's order, it matched when he placed the order the second time. He was communicating extremely well through email. Because I had contacted Square and the customer service representative said, hey, everything looks fine on this transaction. You should have no issues. I contacted them on another transaction a month or so before. It's been more than 90 days. Everything was fine on that transaction. So they kind of put my mind at ease on this transaction until I got the chargeback. And like I said, I noticed that name was different. Oh, was I upset. Would I have ever sent this transaction? Oh, you bet not. So what did I do? What did I do to make my site even more secure? There is something out there in credit card processing that's called 3D Secure or 3DS Secure. What is that? That is an extra layer of protection or an extra jump that unfortunately the card holder has to go through when they place an order on a website. I know I've had to do this on websites when I've ordered things. It's also scared me on websites that I'm not familiar with that I thought originally, is this some type of fraud? But now as a merchant and a business owner, I realize it's not a step of fraud. What it is that business owner is trying to protect themselves against the fraudsters that are out there. So what I did was on Square, there's something that's called Risk Manager. You can go in there and you can activate another rule, which makes your buyers verify that they are indeed the card holder and owner of that card that they are placing that transaction or that order on my website. You can set a dollar amount on that. I did do that. Am I going to share that dollar amount on here? No, because I don't want people knowing what my dollar amount is. And I also, because they could think, hey, I'm good. I can try to scam this person because you know what? I wasn't 3D verified. There are transactions that's going to go through my website. They're not going to notice any difference. I've already been told that by Square and another person that I know that does credit card processing. They told me there's some transactions a customer is not going to see any difference. Other transactions, it's going to make them verify that they are indeed that card holder and that owner of that credit card information. Now, is it going to take and is it going to affect my sales? Yes. It is going to affect my sales. I've already been told I'm going to get more cart abandonment because it's not fully adopted here in the United States. It's something that's only been out for a few years. Probably around 50% of merchants currently use it. I know eBay uses it because I've been prompted that when I've bought things on eBay and I entered in a different credit card. They made me go through those steps. But that was probably a few years ago when I hadn't used my eBay account for at least a few years, and I went to buy some bubble mailers. They made me jump through that step. I'd never been through that before. I was like, what the heck is this? But it's something that I had to do to secure my business and to stop these fraudsters. Do I wish this person wouldn't have done this? Oh, you bet. I wish to God that I could take and trust everyone out there, because I know that I am an honest person and I try the best to make everyone happy. Am I going to make everyone happy? No, you can't make everyone happy. Can you try? I absolutely try. This is something that I wish I didn't have to do. Something else I would like to add on this as well, folks. If you do not have 3D Secure activated on your website and you have the normal credit card authorization information activated, like the billing address, zip code, CVV2 number, which is the last three in the back, all of that matches, you may want to consider only selling to the billing address, just because you can prove that the package was actually delivered there. It gives you a little bit more teeth to fight that chargeback. The other thing is too, you may want to consider getting a signature confirmation that proves to the issuing bank or the card bank or credit union that had issued that payment method that you actually did deliver a product to that customer, because you have a signature from that customer showing that that product was delivered to that customer. That gives you an extra layer of security to help you fight that credit card transaction dispute. Every layer that you can do to help protect yourself is always better. Is it going to stop all of them? No. Wish it did, but it's not going to stop them all. But you have to figure out for your business, what is your threshold for a threat against your business, honestly. Is it $25, $50, $100, $500? You have to figure that out. That's something that every one of us have to figure out for our business. I know I have that in my mind. Certain dollar amounts I will only send to the billing address. And I let the customers know that. I contact them and say, hey, greatly appreciate your purchase. I know you want it sent to this other address, but I'm sorry. I'm just not willing to do it. I apologize, and hopefully you understand. Now, always do the best that you can for your business. And as your business grows and you have some leeway, your threshold for the amount of risk that you take, I'm sure it's going to grow, and that's great. Just always keep these things in mind. And I greatly appreciate everyone watching. I hope this information has been invaluable to you, and we'll see you on the next one. And again, I'm sorry if I came across a little bit irritated earlier in the video, but I am still very frustrated over that chargeback, honestly. We'll see you on the next one again, and thanks again, everyone. Peace out.